Is so hard to clean. If only there was an easier way.
Hi, I'm Derek Bum. Say goodbye to daily stains and dirty surfaces with new Kitchen Gun. New Kitchen Gun. Sparkles like new. Yeah, all clean again. Sparkles like new. I love you, Kitchen Gun. Just 3 shots from Kitchen Gun. This sink is filthy, but just 3 shots from Kitchen Gun, and it sparkles like new. Look how it cleans this greasy hob. Goodbye, dirt! Grubby tiles! I love you, Kitchen Gun!
This kitchen is so hard to clean. If only there was an easier way.
New Kitchen Gun! Sparkles like new! Yeah, all clean again! Sparkles like new! I love you, Kitchen Gun! Just 3 shots from Kitchen Gun. Something like yeah, all clean again! Sparkles like new!
This toilet is so hard to clean. There must be an easier way.
Hi, I'm Derek Bum, and I'm declaring war on toilets with new Toilet Grenade. Just pull the pin, pop it in the bowl, put the lid down, and let Toilet Grenade do the rest. Toilet Grenade, bang! New Toilet Grenade. Sparkles like new. Yeah, all clean again. Sparkles like new. I love you, Toilet Grenade. Just 3 shots from Toilet Grenade. Something from Kitchen Gun. Central line. Yeah, all clear. Yeah, Throttles like new. Throttles like new.
a four-leaf clover. Strawberry, slice of life, singing with a sip of nectar. Sweet like honey on a summer day, I'll stick with you through the wind and the rain. Sweet like honey on a summer night, like a busy bee, take a flight, 2, 1, go! Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like honey, honey. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like honey, honey. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Flying high, take the dive, blue waves across the ocean. Honey straight from the hive, live it up and go with the motion. Sweet like honey on a summer day, I'll stick with you through the wind and the rain. Sweet like honey on a summer night, like a busy bee, take a flight, 2, 1, go! Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like honey, honey. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like honey, honey. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Springtime with you, summer with me. Flowers in fields and little yellow bees. Watch as the time passes in a haze. Sweet honey nights and golden honey days. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like honey, honey. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day. Sweet like honey, sweet like honey, honey. Sweet like honey, sweet like a summer day.
Do I need it? No. Am I under control? Can I beat it? Wake up. If it's swallowed me whole, would I see it?
I can make you feel alive.
I know, but do I need you to survive?
Just a sip,
Does it still matter which one?
just a drip.
Am I dumbfounded when I slip?
You can't believe,
I can't believe it.
can't believe.
I can't.
Hello! Hi everyone! I have no idea the stats right now because I haven't looked, but welcome to stream! Well...
Wait, what do I do to keep stuff?
Yeah, so hi everyone! I don't think, yeah, hi. Welcome to stream. Today we're doing the courthouse stuff, for the Orion SMP. I should probably show off the courthouse, actually. This is the courthouse. Right now, we're going to do the trial for pork, and then we're going to have an intermission, and then we're going to do the trial for chicken night, which are 2 people on the server. So yeah, just anyway, hi, welcome. I warned that the Discord might be really loud, but I'm gonna go ahead and unmute stuff. It's probably gonna be super loud. Hello, I'm back.
Yeah.
You know,
And then Raptor can come up here later, and then we'll have everything just fine.
Alright, is the...
Hey, Ori, can you... this is a weird thing, but could I make a texture pack to, change some paintings? And...
Or you want me?
Is there
you
a
want-
texture
from
pack?
dying. Remember,
Ori.
everybody in here to refer to each other by usernames, because
Yeah,
some people
yeah, I
are
was gonna-
in the
yeah.
recording, so just...
Or lore names.
I'm dying now.
I'm
would like
gonna
to
put
be
a
referred
campfire in this back corner for regeneration.
If you want to kill me, Raptor,
just
you can go ahead and...
do not kill yourself. Why would you do that?
Okay.
Why would you do that?
Grounded.
I would like to be referred to by my in-law name, please.
Nova? Okay.
Yep. Just call me
I'm
Nova,
claiming
Nova, or
my-
Nova.
Do you guys want me to kill you so it's faster? Oh, never mind.
This is my audience seat that I have claimed.
I'm so lost.
Where
Where am I?
Phoenix,
Oh my.
can I make an official request for this to be my seat? Turn around.
Oh,
Wait,
you
Linux, where did I go?
you can sit on the sides. You can't sit in the judge's stand, bro.
Okay, wait, hold up. So I'm allowed to sit up here?
Yeah, you can sit up there.
Wait, Linux.
Why is it
Yeah.
not letting me in?
Do you want me down here or up in the courtroom?
You can come up in the courtroom, I guess.
I have called
Alright,
I can't
which way do you want me to come in
fit
from? Like, through these doors?
It doesn't really matter. Fork, go get in the Virgin Defense seat.
The Virgin? I forgot
It's
that
still
we
called
named
Virgin
it that.
Defense.
Totally forgot we did that.
I totally forgot we named it that. Oh my
And then
gosh.
prosecution. Let's go.
Honestly, it's beautiful.
We have the chat prosecution.
And the
Alright,
Virgin
great.
Defense.
Alright.
by the way.
You can chill out near me, but like, but we'll know that you're the guard, so you're the
Yeah.
district guard.
Named it that, gee.
I'm sleeping.
Okay, I even have my hammer here.
Oh, your gavel?
Is I
Yes,
think,
my gavel.
the people who are still waiting for kill checks, just go ahead and drown yourself.
I cannot see.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think is anyone else waiting for kill checks?
I am. I just have to get there though.
Oh, who's
Yeah.
flower crown?
Okay.
who's flower crown?
want to say no.
Oh, that's the flower
Can I
crown
take
is
the
mine.
food in this chest? I just wanted to
Wait.
make sure. I think I can take the food in this
Yeah.
chest.
Okay, and does everyone have food from the chest in the back? Because, like, especially the shulks are gonna need food. Although, it might not be necessary if you guys are just gonna sit in the same place the whole time, but, like, just grab a few potatoes just for the sake of it.
I grabbed a stack. I stole a stack earlier.
Hey, don't steal an entire stack, just 32.
Okay, I stole like 45, and it's gone down to 35. So.
I love how all of you are sitting in the jury. That you do realize, jury, that this is the audience over here.
Oh, whoop! Wrong place.
I feel like I have some evidence to contribute, but like.
Can I be on jury?
No, we already have our standard jury, which can't even join the server, so I guess you guys can sit in the jury, but you're not actually the jury.
Fudge,
I think I might have something to
Fork, where are you
contribute.
going?
You can call me to the stand, I guess.
Fudge.
Oh, I thought the jury
That's
was
not
just
what the jury is. Okay,
I
alright.
thought the jury was supposed to like convict them, say if they were innocent or guilty.
Yeah. Alright, I will go over this, so let's kind of begin here, but let's not waste any more time because we've
I'm
got
not
only
here
20
yet.
minutes before Pork has to log off, so... we are here because Super Pork 999 has been accused of rigging the courthouse to blow up. And here's our prosecution, and if one of our prosecutors would like to come up to the center, then you are allowed to explain. But before we do that, I want to make sure to know that everyone in the audience, and if you're just sitting there, you can't speak. I would like you to come forward up here if you want to speak, except for Super Pandas, because she needs to breathe, so she can just kind of stand there. Or you can use water breathing potions, and you stand up here, and then you can present your evidence. No one else should be talking, and everyone else should be staying muted, which it seems like most people are, which is great. So yes, you two can present your evidence, and then Pork will be able to defend himself, but hopefully with his own evidence, and if he cannot, then it will go to the jury's decision on whether he is guilty and what his punishment should be.
Okay, so, Alright. So, mostly Revy and Inky were the ones who focused on this part of the case, so, I am just gonna hand it over to them. but I do have some evidence that I believe they've already submitted. That I collected about who was online when the courthouse was blown up. So, yeah.
I do not believe I've received that evidence, so if you could screen share it, that would be great.
Okay.
It's a picture.
All right. Well, thank you for having me here today. Obviously, as Ori has so eloquently put it, we are here to try Super Pork for being suspected of blowing up the courthouse. We have submitted video evidence. I'm quite sure that was sent of the actual act. So if you would like to play that now, you may.
Okay, so I'm going to have to screen share on Discord. Holy cats, where is it? I realize I am not very organized right now. There we go. Courthouse explosion. And I will share my screen. Share courthouse explosion. Great, so everyone can watch that. Can we all see?
Yes.
So this is a replay file of Inky coming into the courthouse through the Merling entrance.
Yes, I was checking out the courthouse because I had wanted to see the new updates to everything, and instead I got a very nasty surprise.
And now we get to see it again from first person.
Yes.
And then you could also see the subtitles, the sound subtitles.
I'm deaf and can't hear anything. No, I have them on for times I have trouble hearing the game audio. So.
Just look out, it says TNT fizzes, so it was obviously the button. And that is the file.
That is the courthouse.
Any information on the button?
For the button originally was meant to be used
I would like to explain, please.
You can come explain. You are more than welcome to come explain. You can come explain. I call CDS to the stand, to the witness stand. Woo! Go over there. Alright, so what was the button? What was the button for?
Originally, I treated the button with hope and joy that justice would be brought to this land, until somebody dared to rig its innards with TNT, brutally killing it. Now this grave resides in my base. Witness stand.
Quite sad. Originally, the button was meant
Rest
to
in peace, Judge Button.
Rest in peace, Judge Button. Rest in peace, Judge Button. Originally, the Judge Button was meant to play a jukebox sound that basically sounded like a gavel. Lunix, if you'd press the bell for me, that would be great. It was meant to be something like that, except it was a button rigged to TNT. Sadly, it was a button with jukeboxes that got rigged with TNT. Excuse me. I'm a little nervous, so if I misspeak, I apologize.
Dude, I'm shaking right now.
But we have evidence that I would like to ask Willow to come talk about, because Willow was the one who looked at the logs mostly. And I am not very well versed in it.
It's mostly Revy that figured it out. Is Revy here?
Revy is here. Does Revy want
Revy? Okay,
okay,
let me explain. Revy is in the Discord call, but not on the server, because Revy cannot join the server yet, just for the people watching.
Yeah.
He is our ghost friend.
He is our ghost friend. Revy, if you'd be so kind to explain the log stuff that you found.
All the spirits.
I will. I just put the evidence thing I had in the VC1 chat. So if everyone could go and look at that right now, that'd be great. How much water breathing do I have left? 2 minutes 30. Okay. So Revy did most of this part of the investigation of specifically the courthouse. I was focusing on another part of the case, but I do know that from the evidence that you can see in VC1 chat, that anyone who has a red line next to the line corresponding with their color means that they were clear for that point of time, as in they were either talking to someone who knew where they were on the server or were with someone on the server. Now, as you can see, both red and orange are cleared. That would be Street and Solar. Solar has been cleared both by Inky and by Street. And because of that, Solar was able to also clear Street, taking them both out of the list of suspects for who blew up the courthouse. Or who placed the TNT that blew up the courthouse, more of. But I'm sorry, I have 6 pieces of paper here, so I need to find the right thing. There it is. Okay. Okay, so because those 2 were proven innocent for this part, that left Princey, Pork, Thomas, Zanran, CDS, and Inky. Or, not Inky. Yeah, just Princey, Pork, Thomas, Zanran, and CDS. For anyone who is unclear on which color is which, I think I also posted like the color code thing there too. Princey is yellow, Pork is green, Thomas is blue, Zanran is the purple blue, and CDS is pink. Inky is just normal pencil because I did not feel like getting up to get more colored pencils. So from there, I am out of water breathing. Excuse me. There we go. I do indeed need oxygen.
You may be seated.
I call Revy to the stand and Inky to the stand to present what their findings were from there.
Revy, if you'd like to go first, since you're not in game currently, you are more than welcome to.
Ooh, go summoning.
You guys might need to turn up their audio in Discord.
Oh, 100%. I cannot hear a thing they're saying.
Yeah, give us just a moment, Rev.
Apologies.
I just turned it up.
That is still really quiet. Is there any way you can make yourself louder?
That's 200% nothing.
Go on to yours.
You want me to do it? Because I can if you need me to.
If I turn it up anymore, then it might go on to yours and we might get it.
It's okay. I promise it's okay. I won't talk while you're talking. You'll be fine.
I'll edit that real quick then.
If everybody else could mute, they're worried about feedback, so that would be very nice. Except Lunix, of course.
Alright.
There you go.
Is that better?
Much better.
Apologies.
You're fine.
Street, sit down, please.
Questioned and talked around. I'm not focused on the griefing specifically, but on the bombing. That is what I have taken responsibility for looking after. And a lot of people were not on during the bombing, which can conclude or take off several of the suspect list, as well as some people have proved that they have not placed TNT, such as Thomas or CDs. And other people could not have done it in the first place because they might not have been able to get to such places with their origins, which takes down the list quite a bit.
That is true. We checked we cross-referenced the logs, and the only people that hadn't been cleared at the time, as Willow mentioned, is Super Pork and I think it was Zanran, but we cleared Zanran for the sole purpose that they were with someone else. The only person who was unaccounted for at the time, with no one with them or who can verify their claims of where they were, was unfortunately Pork. Pork, do you have anything to say for yourself?
This matches my evidence too.
So, if you guys are done presenting your evidence, you may sit down and allow Pork to come to the stand. So,
one more thing to add.
Yes.
I just wanted to add on what they were saying really quickly.
We have 10 minutes.
I know. I believe that either Inky or Revi did submit a document showing that they have actually placed down TNT in their statistics.
Who are you talking about?
Pork.
Yes. He has told me he has for netherite mining, supposedly.
Supposedly.
And it was also used to clear Thomas that he had no TNT placing.
Yes. We did it through statistics, and I guess I can explain that later, but... Pork, I hope you're typing out a chat response right now.
Yeah, for those curious as to why, for my stream at least, as to why Pork isn't talking, it's because I think he can't at the moment.
Yeah.
Please keep me updated to what he said. Please keep me updated to as what he says, because I do not yet have Twitch downloaded and therefore cannot see what's happening.
I'll share my... I will... Hold on. I shared my screen, so you can watch.
Thank you.
Pork says, I was online for 2 hours the day before.
I can confirm that.
I was primarily showing my friend the Minecraft server because...
Don't do it. Wait till he's done typing.
He likes Minecraft. Fair. And was curious. Street, is it quick? If it's quick, then alright.
I'll just scroll down real quick. Do you have any evidence that your friend or Discord logs, or can you call them and ask them? Okay, send them a message so that we can see your full conversation.
Thank you for that, Street.
Your Honor, I would like to point out that just being on call with a friend does not prove that he did not do it, considering the friend is not actually on the server.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't even think he got to finish telling his story. Or his testimony, I should say.
Yeah, let him finish his testimony.
Okay, sorry.
Well,
that's it? You were checking out with a friend? Did you ever leave this friend alone on, or were you with him the whole time?
Can I say something?
Solar, you are, you have permission to speak.
Okay, so I believe the day before this happened, on the day that Pork was unaccounted for 2 hours, was the day that me and Street respawned the Ender Dragon, and I think that was about 10 minutes sometime in between then, maybe 20 or something. And he was just kind of on his own and then came to us, so there is some part where he is accounted for, but I think it's only like 10-15 minutes, and yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I would like to clarify that that is the red line next to the green line, the point where he is accounted for, and therefore could not have done it.
May I come to the stand?
Street asked first, so right. And then you can go. Street?
But I want to confirm or deny this, Pork. What were you doing before the events that you joined us in the battle? Because, from what I saw...
Stop punching each other, please.
What I saw, he may have been end busting because he pretty much appeared out of nowhere the second we spawned in the dragon.
Is this true? So you were showing... Okay.
Because I saw him fly down next to me. I think he put on a chest. He might. I don't know if he flied down. He appeared, and then and then continued fighting the dragon with us. Me and CDS died. I mean, me and Solar died, and he got the final blow.
So that was the same day. So let me get this straight. Pork was end busting, and then he fought the dragon with you and Solar, and then
raiding and ships and junk, because you appeared out of nowhere. You just appeared next to me. I have no idea where you were.
Okay, then what were you doing before the dragon fight? Awkward silence.
That seems suspicious, that's all I gotta say.
Street, you may be seated unless you have something else to add. And
nope.
Inky would like to speak, I think.
I would like to speak.
Oh, wait, can I say another thing? He says that there's a wither
Let's let
free?
Inky speak, please.
Alright. Pork, is it okay if I come walk up on the stand with you, or do you want me to stay over here?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, I'll stand here. I need to ask you a question. Am I allowed to do that?
Yes.
Alright. What about the times before and after the end fight? Where were you? What were you doing? We don't have that accounted for, and it just doesn't make any sense with what we have that you were off nether mining or whatever you claim to have been doing. And I need to know where you were and what you were doing. Other bases. Did you at all come to the courthouse? Are you absolutely certain that you didn't, or are you just don't remember? Okay. You were showing this over Discord, right? Not like with your friend sitting right next to you? He was like, okay, in person. Did you at any point go to the bathroom or anything and leave him unattended? Yes? Okay. Are you absolutely certain that he didn't just, for a few minutes, are you certain he didn't just like log on and do something with your account? Did you even check? You don't think he would? Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have, Your Honor.
Thank you. Alright, Street, you said you had something else to say? Is that still relevant?
I think so. Two things. He said, earlier the same question of, did he mess with his computer was asked, and the first time he said no. And now he says yes.
Can you explain? What do you mean messed with the computer?
But played on his played while he was in the bathroom.
Well, as far as we can tell, Pork said he wouldn't do that.
Objection?
Mr. Bubzilla, objection?
Oh,
what's your objection?
Wrong button, sorry. Street, I think you misheard him. He said he was gone for a little bit of time while, like, to use the restroom or something, and he does not know if his friend messed with his computer. He doesn't know. You just stated that he admitted that his friend did. Because if his friend...
I'm pretty sure he said no, yes, I don't know. In that order.
He said no, he doesn't think so. Then Inky said something about if he was sure, and he said yes, that he was sure that his friend didn't mess with the computer.
Oh, I see. Yes, I see.
On the world. Alright.
Alright, you may be seated, Street. I believe our resident tiny man, Comrade Quack, would like to speak.
Hello. Lunix, this is more directed to you. I don't know, but how do we know that it was the day of or day before that it was placed.
That what was?
That the TNT was placed. Is there any way to know it could have been placed probably 4 days before?
I have a replay
or
mod of the
longer?
day before Monday where I checked and there was no TNT under the court. And I know this because I was also helping Princey and Thomas build the courthouse at that time. Solar was with me as well. Solar can confirm.
Alright.
Yes, what they said.
I did push the button. I didn't push. Okay, there wasn't a button on that day. I'll say that I got on Tuesday, which was the day that unfortunately the courthouse exploded, and there were buttons. So it was between Sunday and Tuesday when the TNT was placed, which is why we guess that it was placed on Monday, because when I was checking my replay mods on Sunday, there was no TNT, and I don't even think the courthouse was finished at that time. Solar or Princey can confirm, I believe.
And that's
I
how
can
we narrowed it down.
confirm that it was in fact finished the day before the courthouse blew up.
Comrade, you may be seated. Yes, unless you have anything else to add. Okay, Bub, you may come up if you would like.
Okay, so what I'm getting from what Inky just said is that they got on Monday, checked, and there was no TNT. Then they got on Tuesday. There was new stuff. Wait, what?
Yeah, I said that I got on. I'll rephrase. I got on Sunday when the courthouse had yet to be finished. I did not at all log on Monday, and then I logged on Tuesday, and the courthouse had been complete, and I pushed the button, and everything exploded. That is what happened.
So the entire time frame was Monday, yes?
The entire time frame would be for the TNT to be placed was Monday, yes, which is why we suspect pork.
Okay, well, if you were on Sunday and the courthouse wasn't done, and when you got off it still wasn't done, then that means there's still a time frame on Monday where the courthouse was being worked on. So anyone who was working on the courthouse could have placed the TNT unbeknowingly to everybody else working on the courthouse.
Well, we have the witnesses that are the people who have been working on the courthouse, yes? So we can just ask them what they think.
Well, here's the thing about witness statements. They're not always accurate. They could be lying.
I understand. Now, before we continue, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but we need to address the elephant in the room that Pork needs to leave right now. Which, I believe that is alright. We can continue our discussion even if he is not present. He'll just be unable to defend himself. Unless you have something else to add, then I think, yes, you have 5 minutes. So if there's anything else important you need to add right now that could potentially prove your innocence, then we would need that, like, now.
340.
So is there anything?
Jeez, this is stressful.
You have.
He's gonna blow it up.
Are you muted? You need to be muted.
You don't know? So you don't have anything else to say?
Ethan, you're not.
I have a question.
Bubzilla, you're not muted in Discord.
Alright, well I guess you may be seated and leave the game when you need to. Alright.
I have a question for Pork specifically. Did you use any cobblestone bricks in your build for like your house? By any chance? You did? Alright, never mind then.
I have one more thing to state for the court. It's not a question for you, Pork, so I just would like to make a general statement. I'd like to clarify where the TNT was, if you'd allow me.
Alright, you may come up and show.
Okay, so... Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta go around. I don't have my jumpy boots, I forgot. Alright, okay, hold on. So, I exited from here. Obviously, at that time, there was a trapdoor. Since then, it has been covered up. And I walked up here, as stated previously, and hit the bell. I hit the button twice, and then it exploded. From the replay mod, we checked, and this here is the spot where the redstone for the jukebox was. It went outside and underground, and the jukeboxes were about, I would say, here in placement. The TNT was under here in placement, where I'm standing. It was close enough where when the button was pressed, the redstone triggered the, it was close enough that when the button was pressed, the redstone, or the jukeboxes, not jukeboxes, note blocks, triggered the TNT, but it seemed more like it was targeted for whoever pressed this button for it to go off. That is all I wanted to explain, because there has been some confusion in court as to where the TNT was. From what I counted in the replay mod, I would also like to say that from what I could count, since replay mod does have its limitations, there were at least 5 blocks, but since replay mod doesn't let you look underneath blocks unless there's a gap, there could have been more. It seemed like the explosion was for more, so I'm not entirely sure how much there was, but I would like to add that I counted at least 5 blocks of TNT, if not more. That's all.
Can I ask something? Your Honor?
You may.
Okay, Inky, did it look to you like the redstone line for the jukebox and the note blocks was changed at all? Like someone changed it to get closer to the TNT? Or did it look the same?
All I noticed was that there was strangely only one repeater, and I hypothesized this before we checked the replay mod and saw the little chat log, the little subtitles. But my thought was that maybe the redstone repeater had been messed with to a point where it delayed the tick speed, but since then that has been disproven. Other than that, I just thought it was weird that there was a repeater. You'd have to ask CDS, because CDS was the one who made the note block contraption, and I don't know what was originally placed and what was not.
Okay, CDS, can I call you to the witness stand? Street, can you please be patient for a second? CDS?
Sorry, I was entertainment streaming.
That's alright. So, when you built the redstone for the jukebox, did you place down any repeaters?
Yes, there was 3 note blocks and a repeater going into each note block from the previous note block, except when it started.
I mean, but from the redstone trail leading up to the note blocks, were there any repeaters in it?
There was a repeater just to boost a signal.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Street, I think it's alright for Street to speak. If you two are done, you may be seated. Alright, goodbye, Pork. We may do another trial another day, when you can make it. Where hopefully you can talk. Goodbye.
Are we done, or is something else happening?
We are not necessarily done. Our defendant is absent now, but we could still go over the evidence. Because we do have, an hour before 15 minutes technically, until the next trial. So we can spend pretty much as much time as we want going over the evidence. And I also have some stuff to add. I'm not sure if it's my place as a judge, but I have had some DMs with Pork that may kind of incriminate him further. So yes, that's why there is a jury. Anyway, so Street, did you want to say something? Do not stand at the judges' stand, please.
Street, you're muted.
Yeah.
Fudge, I am. I noticed his stair, he said his basement was made of cobblestone bricks, but I noticed that there was some missing blocks on the stairs right here. So if he didn't use cobblestone stairs, we can check if in his basement we can check if there's if he has a broken cobblestone stair, because there's one cobblestone brick stair missing right here. This one.
There was, okay.
Which, before the TNT. That's all I have to say.
The problem is that he did use them in this build. I was going to suggest that he would have to break those in order to place down the TNT. And then we could just check his statistics to see if he ever used those blocks. But if he did use them as base blocks, then we can't use that. Which is why I randomly asked him about his house.
Ori, I would like to call Commander Quack to the stand.
Okay. Comrade Quack.
Comrade Quack, I'd like to call you to the stand.
And Bub is coming to the Virgin Defense because he's kind of becoming Pork's defense attorney now, so while he's absent, might as well have someone to represent him in court.
I have a question for you, Comrade Quack. What spaces can an inchling fit underneath? Can they fit underneath slabs by any chance?
They can fit in a 3/4 block, like a stair gap. Like, if there's a block over next to this, I can fit in that.
Okay. I just wanted to check. Not that I'm accusing you, I just wanted to check and make sure you can go back. That's all the questions I had. So, the reason I was able to see the TNT as it
I've been
may...
sitting in a stair gap this whole time, actually.
The reason I asked that question is, and the reason I was able to see the TNT was because slabs were over the TNT. So that would mean that either, and this is something that Princey would have to confirm, that either means that that full planks were broken and slabs were placed on top, or that the slabs were there in the first place and the bottom was mined out. If it means that the bottom of court was mined out, that would mean that the perpetrator would have mossy cobblestone because of the water trail that we made. If it wasn't mined out and it was only mined in here when it was full access, that means that the perpetrator would also have to have spruce planks and or stairs, depending on how they dug it. Plus, if they created the slabs to hide it in the first place, they'd also have to have slabs. So that's my statement.
I think that would be a very difficult thing to check because those are fairly common items. But you said something about Princey being able to confirm. Would you like to call Princey up to talk about how the court was built, or?
Princey, I'd like to call you to the stand to talk about how you built the court.
I just step in myself. Anyway, so I did redo the floors so that they were half slabs because I didn't think I had enough spruce. So these were, not these, but the floors were originally half slabs. And I just kind of replaced it. It used to be small. Oh, let me see. What's the main point I wanted to say? Oh, right. There was a cave under the courthouse originally. So there was a lot of empty space. I know I fell through the floor at some point, not only seeing a bit of the redstone of the not gavel thing, but I also saw that the cave was there, and I lit it up so that mobs wouldn't spawn under the court while we were having a session. That was the last I saw of the cave because I quickly plugged it up. But yes. there were originally half slabs.
Thank you, Prince.
There's still half slabs.
Thank you. I guess my last statement before I go and sit down and let the defense talk, since the defense hasn't had a lot of time to talk. It's only been us. The last thing I want to add is that while logs and evidence can do a lot, I think it speaks for itself that Pork was unaccounted for. The only time that people saw him was the end fight that Solar and Nova did, and then after that they didn't see him. And as he claims, he was off showing stuff to his friends, but who knows, maybe his friend was helping him trap the courthouse. That is all. Thank you.
I would like to add one last thing. This is probably not going to be important, but if there's any chance that he broke the button while doing the redstone, it would have showed up in his logs, because I feel like a lot of people don't usually use buttons to decorate. He might have had a button, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Alright, that is interesting. So, can somebody make a note of that we can ask him to pull up his spruce button statistics?
I will make a note.
Alright, thank you, Inky. Alright. Do you have anything to say in Pork's defense, bub?
Yes, of course I do. Here we go.
Beautiful.
Impromptu defense. Let's go. Alright, so, first off, I have like 3 or 4 points to make. So first off, the only way, from like what I understand from looking at the replay mod that Inky took of how the courthouse exploded, is that the only way that system could have worked is if there was a repeater coming out of one of the note blocks going into a block of TNT. And unless you've already checked Pork's logs for anything redstone based placed down, which I don't think you have, you just checked for TNT, you would have to check to be sure if there was a repeater, because there would be no other way for that system to be able to function. Second off, I believe the way that the prosecution has been quote-unquote clearing people is by word of mouth. And I haven't heard any definitive proof that anyone in this courtroom is
Objection,
actually cleared.
Objection!
Overruled.
That is not true.
Hey,
let him finish.
The judge overruled the objection.
Now, we were going off chat logs.
Hey, the judge overruled the objection. Grapple. Alrighty, so a third point. Pork did say that they got up and left to go do something, and stepped away from their computer while they were showing their friend the server, which means that their friend probably had access to be able to move their player character around and be able to do things. Now, there was a decent window of time where this player, or this person, could have come to the courthouse, rigged it with TNT, and then got back to where they were, well before Pork could have gotten back, so Pork would have no idea. There is time that Pork is unaccounted for, because they were probably doing stuff with their IRL friend, and then decided, hey, want to see this cool Minecraft server I'm in, right?
That's a good point.
There's plenty of time where Pork is unaccounted for due to doing things IRL with another friend.
Alright, I think we have some people that would like to speak.
Objection, Your Honor.
May I speak? Because Willow and I objected first, and then Street, you'll be allowed to go.
Because the judge overruled your objection, it's now Street's turn. Because the judge didn't overrule it.
That is true.
Alright.
Why don't you not tell me how to run my court?
I'm just going off of the American legal system, I'm sorry.
So am I, but I'm also adding a Minecraft spin to it, so...
Well, yeah, that's fair.
So, I do not think that Pork's friend would have trapped this, due to the fact that they would have had to mine out the floor, lift Pork's inventory, have to find TNT and redstone in his chests, and set it all up and hide it before Pork came back.
Here, no, Princey has a good point. Princey literally said, like, 5 minutes ago that there was a massive cave underneath this courthouse.
Yes,
So
but
they
I
would not have
watched
to have
the
cleared
replay.
blocks. They would not have to have cleared blocks. They would just have to get under the courthouse and rig it with TNT. That is all they would have to do. And who
Yeah,
knows
how
what the
did
heck?
they
and
get
who
the
knows-
TNT?
Pork could have had some on him, because as he said, he was netherite mining, and he could
Why
have
would he
been.
be netherite mining with his friend?
He could have just been doing something while talking to his friend. And another thing, if his friend, how do you know that his friend wouldn't rig up the TNT? Have you met this friend? Have you talked to this friend? Have you ever had an encounter with this friend?
No, but
Okay, but no.
would you join your
If
friends?
no,
game?
okay, wait, okay. You just said no. You have never had contact with this person. Then how in the
You're
world
too close to
would
your
you
mic.
know? Like, how in the world would you know that this person wouldn't rig the courthouse to explode?
I still
How
don't
would
think
you
that they
know
could have set up redstone, gotten the TNT, traveled here, known where this is, and knew what this was, as in under 10 minutes.
Pork said that. Well, from what
He
I've
said
gotten,
10 minutes.
No.
from what I've gotten, he was gone for around 10 minutes. There's a whole slew of things that could have happened IRL where he wouldn't have been able to, you know, get back to his computer as fast.
He just left.
Brazil.
But you know, like there could have been a lot more stuff that happened because he was unaccounted for 10 minutes, right? In that 10-minute time span, his friend could have got into one of the warp things, warped here, been underneath the courthouse, placed TNT for the heck of it, then warped back to where they were supposed to, then warped somewhere else where Pork wouldn't notice. Right?
Thing is that the
Objection?
waystone would have to be here. They'd have to go all the way.
Got mine crack? Is there a problem?
why
I
are you
would just
floating?
like to say
How are you
that
floating?
He's sitting on CBS's head.
don't worry about it. The friend would have had to know the court is here, the significance of the court, how to use the waystone system, and lots of other factors that just don't really make sense in a situation like
Okay,
that.
here. No, here's the thing. So whenever you right-click on a waystone, right, it works the same way that like searching up a name works, right? If you let's say I were to go over to a waystone and I'm not already here and accessing the court waystone, because it has an exclamation point at the top of it, it is the first thing you can click on. It is the first thing you can click on, right? And Steen, knowing you, if you were to have access to someone's computer on a Minecraft server and access to TNT, you would probably do something with it, right? Like,
I can confirm.
Oh my god.
like knowing you, Steen.
Honestly,
my bases.
no. I
Oh,
might
you
like
wait, that was
throw
on
it into a
previous-
pit, but I would not do that.
You would blow up everything you could get your hands on.
Dude, I'm not
Depends
that
who
mean.
the
I would
server
throw them
was
in a
owned
pit.
by.
I would throw them in a pit, maybe. Okay, I keep talking to your backside because I can't tell where your friends are.
Yes, alright.
I have
So
eyes.
I think we have been talking around the same point for a while, so I will allow the prosecution to object finally.
I think, Willow, would you let me go first real quick and then you can do your point? I just want to talk about what Mr. Bub is
But
talking
I'm in the
about.
wall. Oh, I'm in the wall.
Strike my water breathing potion. But
Please come down immediately.
Okay, so from what I understand from what Mr. Bub is saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, just please don't yell. You are saying that it is possible that his friend got online, used his account, somehow teleported here, and placed broke blocks and placed TNT, all without arising any suspicion from any of the players that were online at the time. Correct?
Okay, well, here's the thing. Didn't you say that he was completely unaccounted for, except for the 10-minute time span where Solar and Nova were killing the Ender Dragon?
He
right?
wasn't. He wasn't accounted for. That's the thing.
He was unaccounted for, exactly. So nobody knows that Pork or Pork's friend is here at the courthouse. Pork's friend could be an absolute god at Minecraft and just be able to speedrun griefing an entire structure for the heck of it. And none of us know this friend, except, okay, as far as I'm aware, none of us know.
Actually,
this
hold
friend.
on. Comrade Quack has brought up a good point in the chat. He said the trap was designed to go off during the court hearing, which would need context, meaning that Pork would have had to tell his friend that 1, there was going to be a court trial, that 2, that he was being accused, which at the time, by the way, Pork did not know. We didn't tell anybody until yesterday that they were being accused. Am I wrong with that, Ori?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yes.
So here's my thing. Hold
friend-
on. Let me finish, please, because I wasn't done speaking. I was asking a question. My thing is that if this friend had to have been motivated somehow, and Pork didn't know that he was going to be tried. So how in the world did this friend immediately go, "Oh my gosh, I have to protect my friend from being tried in Minecraft," and come here with a waypoint, have TNT, destroy the courthouse, place the TNT underneath, and then leave without, 1, Pork noticing, because, by the way, teleporting takes down your XP, and a lot of us keep very good track of our XP so we can teleport, and 2, I'm quite sure that this friend wouldn't have been able to get back to where they were originally. The time frame, yeah, Pork would have noticed the missing TNT, Raptor. That's a good point. Pork would have noticed the missing TNT. So how in the world can you explain a friend just simply hopping on to troll a whole server of people? On top of that, the people who were online, Solar and Nova, would have seen the mini map if they were looking close enough, at least. So that would have raised suspicion. By the way, Revy would like to bring up a point.
Street has an objection.
Yes, Revy just said that they would like to bring up a point as well, Your Honor.
Can I do my objection? Or?
You can do your objection.
Okay. First of all, most likely, if he were to notice he would notice the missing TNT, because he probably doesn't have that much due to netherite mining. But also, I don't think me or Solar can confirm where he was, because we were in the end or very far away and not looking at the mini-map.
Yeah, that's the point I was about to bring up. Like,
I think I was looking, and the one time I did look, he was at spawn.
See, here's another thing. Maybe, and this is just a hypothetical, Pork was showing his friend something close by to this structure, and his friend was like, "Well, let's walk around and see what's here." And he finds this structure, right? Then he walks up to the structure, is like, "Well, this obviously has some importance," and then, without even knowing the motive, like, here's the thing. We are trying to accuse Pork of something that we're not even sure he even did. We're talking about how, like, yeah, like, they saw the structure. They were obviously like, this has some obvious importance, right? This friend, we don't know this friend. We don't know the motives of this friend. We don't know basically anything about this friend, except except that Pork knows this person. And, right, this friend could have 1,000 motives to blow up this court.
And they
Funny troll. It could be funny troll, you know, trolling in the server that Pork's on because it's funny, or you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Also, how does he know that there's gonna be a court case in a couple days? Also, how does he know what these buttons do? It might be obvious it's a gavel. I honestly don't know. It just looks like a little button.
Maybe his friend walked over here, went, "Oh look, buttons," and then he rigs up a system. Like, that is like the most obvious trap you could imagine.
I am close to just
the most obvious trap you could imagine is there's a button. You rig something up to the button so that when the button gets hit, something blows up. It's the most obvious and easy trap to set up.
Revy has given me a point that they would like me to say. I'm sorry for interrupting.
All right, there's too many people up and so yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Revy says this. Perhaps he could have known. Perhaps one of the detectives or judges was loose-lipped. I'm going to guess that's for the friend. Revy, could you confirm that for me, please? So I don't get that wrong, or are you talking about pork? Give us just a moment. Okay, so Revy... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
It could be either Pork or the friend that could have gotten the message, but one of them could have known.
Known what? Known that the other was grieving?
Known that something was going to happen and known that the other was grieving. One of the two could have, because maybe one of the detectives or judges loose-lipped and managed to slip out that the court case was going to include him. If, of course, he was suspicious at the time. If not, then this may provide an alibi for him.
He was not suspicious at the time, I believe. But if you're saying that the friend knew that Pork was a griefer, and that's why the friend griefed the court, then that also confirms that Pork was a griefer.
It could always not have been Pork's friend, and it could have been Pork too, but we have yet to figure stuff out like that, so...
I'd like to... sorry, hold on. Just a
Okay.
second. I'd like to clarify something, at least for the court to hear. Lunix is correct. At the time that the courthouse bombing happened, we hadn't even looked at the logs for Monday, meaning that Pork was not under suspicion at all whatsoever. And it would just not make sense for Pork to have known. While I say that, I also acknowledge that, yeah, Pork could still be to blame. So there's no way a friend could have figured it out. And yes, Princey, you may say something. Hold on.
My main thing to ask was, if it was the friend, what are we gonna do about that?
Yeah, because we wouldn't. Okay, because
If we could somehow confirm that the friend was the griefer and not Pork, then I do not think there needs to be much of a punishment. There's still a slight punishment for allowing a clearly untrustworthy friend to be around the computer and such. However, as long as an action wouldn't be repeated, I do not see a reason that Pork would make the server unsafe. However, I think it would be very difficult to prove that it was the friend and not Pork.
here I have.
I don't know. I just
have a
wanted to
question.
ask that. Kind of.
From what I'm aware, the prosecution. Okay, this is a question for the prosecution. Prosecution, or everyone who's on the prosecution. Have you considered that this isn't one person?
We have. That's why there's going to be a second trial today.
Yeah, that's like...
Yes.
Yeah.
And in 25 minutes, there's going to be another trial for another person.
Could we have a break time, by the way, before that?
We
Okay.
should have a break time soon, but you guys,
You're-
we've just kept bringing up points over and over again.
Here's my
So,
final point.
okay, you can have a final.
I have one final point. So currently, from what I'm understanding of the situation, we need to figure out a definitive timeline, because our timeline
That's
currently.
what I'm trying to do, but no one will let me talk.
Yeah, our timeline right now, or like currently, is
That was
Pork
a
was
subtle
unaccounted
hint to
for.
let Willow talk before.
Sorry, but I'm just trying to piece it together in my mind. So
Please let me talk.
yeah, you can talk. Sorry, you're good. I just need to.
Okay.
Bleh. Sorry.
Finally. Okay.
Sorry.
Why we think it's Pork? These are the only people it could have that were possibly online. Okay? Solar was either with someone or talking with someone the entire time they were online.
Can confirm.
Street was cleared by Solar.
And also before Solar joined, I can say, Princey can't really confirm, but I was on a trip to the snowy biome, and also I have pictures that I took and sent in at turn times.
Okay. Okay. And Street was confirmed I checked like even like down to 5 minutes, everything. So it could have only been Princey, Pork, Thomas, or Zanran. Princey would never blow up their own build.
But that's not enough compelling evidence to prove that. Yeah, okay, I understand you love a build, right? But
There, okay, let me finish. Thomas provided evidence that he has not placed TNT through the replay mod and statistics. Okay, and then from what I understand, Revy. Yeah, exactly. That's why I took Prince off the board. And then,
but wait.
from what I understand, Revy did talk to Zanran and cleared them and made sure that there was no way it could have been Zanran.
Okay, but here's another thing.
So who does that leave as the only option for who it could possibly be?
Also, I will note that Princey, I would like to call you to the stand so you can defend yourself for this moment, since we don't have a lot of information.
I do have one quick question though. What? Okay, and this isn't to like put you like on blast, Princey, but how do we know that Princey is not working together with these griefers and was doing this to defend one of the people who's about to be tried to death?
Because Princey's the richest.
Griefers are lame.
And Princey's the richest person on the server, so why would they need to steal stuff?
Because they're the richest person on the server.
Okay.
And
Because
also,
I am made of spite and will do things fully on my own.
and
Exactly.
Princey's also too
Can
proud
confirm.
of their crimes to be silent about them. Princey would have taken credit.
Yeah, I would have been so proud of that. I
Can
would have been
I-
proud of this. It's too weird, personally. But yeah.
Here, wait.
Okay.
Can I bring someone to the stand, please?
I would like to have a break of at least 10 minutes, and we are sort of running out of time. I'd also like to talk with my single jury member.
Okay.
So, is this quick? We can we can do another trial another day, potentially on Monday or Tuesday, whatever is suitable.
Yeah, this can wait. I can ask this after the trial. It's fine. It's just personal. It's just thing I need. Okay.
Because it seems like we need more time to go over all the evidence and things.
From what I'm aware, from what Pork has told me so far, is they were silent on this whole matter because they didn't believe that they were going to be prosecuted. So they didn't know that they were going to be prosecuted. Sorry. So they had literally no time to prepare anything to defend themselves, and they have been put on blast for the past hour.
We did that so they would also not have any time to come up with a lie.
No,
But that's not a suitable argument though, because
No, but here's the thing. You can't just say.
Yeah, I know. I'm just clarifying.
You can't just say
that is a
we're.
good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, you can't just say, hey, we're not gonna tell the person we're prosecuting that we're prosecuting them, so they can't make any defense, even if it is a lie, to so they don't just get put on blast for an hour and then sent to jail for something they could have or could not have done.
I have a quick weird
Yeah, you
request.
told him yesterday, and that gives him a day. Well, you've had weeks to prepare this. You have had weeks. He had a day, and he was completely, it was just out of the blue, Pork, you're a suspect. And then they have to sit for, Okay. If anyone in this courtroom right now was like, alright, you're a suspect, so you're gonna be tried later, you would all react with, excuse me, what? Most of you would probably react with something along those lines, right?
Yeah, probably.
So, that's probably what Pork's reaction was.
I mean, I actually did have that.
What?
I'm second row accused.
you may sit down, please. I didn't tell you could speak.
My I would like to speak if you may let me. And then we can go to break, since I think that we're dancing around the same point over and over and over again.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not even gonna get a chance to testify on my evidence against Pork.
Oh no! Sorry. No, the reason we did not tell well, okay. Actually, give me just a second. The people who we are prosecuting today were very aware that we had them under their suspicions, even if we did not outright confirm it. Okay. We had discussed it extensively in the public Discord server, Orion SMP Detective Services. We talked about it quite publicly, actually, and while we didn't mention... no, actually, I think we did mention names. Did we mention names, Willow? I don't remember.
It honestly depended, but for this one, I think so we did, yeah.
We mentioned names.
We did mention names.
Thank you. We mentioned names. We mentioned names.
Misclick.
You do that a lot.
I do. I caps lock.
And on top of that, the next person we are going to be trying in court today, Chicken Knight, he knew a week before this all happened. So I must say, they did know. They did have time to prepare. And while they might have been a little shaky in their preparation, and while I do admit that we had time to discuss this, I will admit that us as the prosecution also feel a little underprepared. I will say that we have shared sentiments that we're missing evidence, that we're missing people, obviously. We're missing a lot of people that we would like to call to the stand. So it is not only the defense that is unprepped. And I would hate for you to accuse us of wrongfully accusing someone without letting them prepare, because we gave them plenty of time to prepare and they just chose not to.
I do not want this disagreement to continue, and I would like to end this with a confession. So, order, may everyone sit down. Everyone please be seated. I would like to say that, yes, there has been a mistake in the conduct of this court. Partially due to what Super Pandas here has said to Chicken Knight, and what I have said to Super Pork, it has not been the clearest thing exactly what we are trialing these people for. And it was not entirely fair of us. It was not entirely fair of us to put them on trial without enough preparation. However, the reason I did this is because I was worried that these people, once finding out they were on trial and going to be found out soon, would begin stepping up their griefing game and griefing more important bases. So, it is a fault on my end because I was scared, and I still am concerned.
Well, here's the thing.
I did not give you permission to speak.
Well, sorry, but I just would like to point something out. You just said that if you were to tell the people you're gonna prosecute that they're, under suspicion for griefing, that they would grief more, wouldn't that just further prove that they're the one griefing? So wouldn't it be technically a better idea? Because if the griefing game got stepped up and they started destroying more important bases right after you said, hey, you're suspicious, that they would prove more that that's, like they're
That's true. And as I'm saying, from now on, we will be far more clearer on who's being trialed, when, and why. And since you have been such a nice defense attorney, we can even talk about giving these people defense attorneys, should it be relevant, should anyone be able to be said defense attorney. And I would say you have done a great job about being Pork's defense attorney while he has been absent. This was not planned, but it has been great, and you have been doing a good job. So thank you for doing that. And with that, we have 15 minutes until Chicken Knight should be logging on for his trial. So until then...
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting. Yeah.
I second that motion. Yay!
Let's get out of this place.
Out of water breathing potions, and by that I mean I have one. Please help.
No.
I'm acquiring my
You
umbrella.
all can go outside, but if you do leave the courtroom, I'll have to ask you to go through the kill check once more.
Okay, well, I'll stay.
I
Alright.
acquired my umbrella because I forgot to bring it.
Bubby, come chill on the safety moss. Come chill on the safety moss.
Does Chicken have a defense attorney?
I think Revy might. I think actually, hold on.
You guys are like.
No, listen, hold on. Revy is.
You want to be Chicken Knight's defense attorney?
Yeah.
I do. I will too.
A few minutes, bye.
Okay.
We need one defense attorney because he's probably going to defend himself decently well because he knows
another thing I would like to
something
ask
about
for-
everything, it seems.
If we are doing a
Alright.
redo on Pork's whole ordeal.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna go on break. We will be back in about 15 minutes, I think. So enjoy the music, and yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. absolutely scuffed stream. I totally forgot to mute. Whatever. Okay, well, we're back now, and this part is the trial of Chicken Knight.
Case of who was it? Pork?
That's not decided yet because
Yes, we didn't have enough time because he had to leave.
Hey, Chicken, can you friend me so I can invite you to a chat, please?
Okay.
Alright, all is
here,
looking
before-
well. If you guys need to have conversations, please no longer have them within this VC. Because
before
we have-
before we start, can me and my associates please talk real quick?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I will give you guys 5 minutes.
Okay.
I've made a chat for us, just so you know.
Okay, we
Bub,
will
chicken
be,
check.
We will be right back.
Alright. Well, I guess we have 5 extra minutes to do kind of whatever we want in the...
Nice.
Can I fist
I'm gonna
fight
show off the
someone?
courthouse to my stream, so.
If anyone wants to fist fight you, then sure.
This is the witness
CDS
stand.
1v1 me.
It has the Bible in it.
Oh my god.
Gladiator Entertainment, let's go!
Yeah.
You wanna go,
I'm
Prince?
busy
You wanna go?
entertain-
You wanna
I'm
go, Prince?
entertainment. I'm entertainment streaming right now. I'm entertainment streaming. If you want
CDS, would you
entertainment,
like to
watch the
fist
game
fight?
I'm playing.
Yeah.
No.
Would you like to
bad for
fist
not
fight?
muting.
Who wants to
no,
fist
just-
fight me?
I'm usually better at that, but I
doing
didn't
other
do it.
entertainment
I
right now.
forget that the.
You can fist fight me, but I'm not gonna take off my armor.
Okay, I'll
that's
fist
my
fight
bad,
you.
so.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute just
Oh my
because
God, how do you do so much
the defense is
knockback?
talking because he sits right next to
I
me.
don't know. Well, I do.
He's got
You,
good
you're,
armor
I
and
have
stuff.
armor, so you're doing less damage to me. That's why.
No, but you
Oh
like
my
speak.
gosh, this is so scuffed. Lag.
Both are taking like no damage.
Neither of us are taking any damage. Hang on. Hey, you're eating
No
food.
eating.
At least
No
it's
eating
out of the
allowed.
bathroom
Last the
for
whole
1
time if you
minute.
just eat.
What are you even doing?
We're just fist fighting because we're bored.
If I kill Lunix, I
you should watch.
I take his
You
armor.
should watch my. You should watch my entertainment stream, guys. It is entertainment.
Hey Raptor, you can't join in.
Well, I mean, you're technically assaulting the judge right now, so.
I'm out, man.
You're out, huh? Huh? You want to go? We have regeneration. This is going to go nowhere. I just
You're not. No one's gonna die.
like I can't die if you keep punching me repeatedly. Just like even if you punch me every second, I can't die because I have armor. Ah!
You know what? Wait, I can take no knockback.
Hang on! Wait. Oh, I pulled out my sword. Hang on.
Just stab him.
I have a hammer.
I have an umbrella.
I'm not even
Oh,
have the mushrooms. When did I get mushrooms?
They fell into my inventory, so I just handed them to you.
Okay.
Yes, why are you punching me?
I'll team up. Everyone team up.
Against me? Yeah, you guys can't kill me without a sword. And I have a hammer that does no damage, but...
1 damage hammer.
Well, yeah, it's 1 damage.
Wait, do you know what I gotta get? I gotta get my bops out, man. No stealing from my bops chest, by the way.
Aw. The music choice.
It's the best of the end discs, man.
Huh. That was a better one.
Ori?
Yeah?
I need to gather just a little bit more evidence before the case.
No! We can't kill you, man. Kill me. Of course it'll be.
Like, dang it, wait.
You're in this
Sure,
round.
we're in the middle of some general chaos. Okay, hang on.
Who
Everyone
knows?
be quiet for a minute. Please stop. I think there's a official battle I need to get. Hey, sit down.
I will be right back.
CDS, sit down. I mean.
I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the BRB screen because we're still not ready for any trial stuff. So, yep. See you guys in a bit.
I wouldn't be surprised if we also need to do another run of this trial.
We will present our case as quick and as precisely and quickly as possible.
That is good. All right. For the second time today, welcome all to the trial. Today we are going to be prosecuting. The prosecutors are. We're going to be trialing. Words. I can't. My words. Sorry. It's been an hour.
Words are a trouble for all.
We are going to be trialing Chicken Knight, who is not currently on the server due to technical issues. But imagine he's right there in the Virgin Defense.
A ghost.
And he is being tried on stealing a full chest of Inky's sugarcane. It was like a full chest, right?
Hold on. Sorry, it wasn't. It was not a full chest of sugarcane, but I think there were at least 18 sugarcane in one stack. So that's what was stolen. My apologies if I didn't make that clear.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much was stolen, but some of Inky's sugarcane was stolen, and the prosecution also has reason to believe that he's been taking part in some other stealing affairs on the server.
Such as?
I am not entirely sure, but I will hand it over to them to lead off, and exactly what they are accusing you of, other than the sugarcane.
That's why I said I was there.
So,
Hey, CDS, could you mute?
Would like to speak?
Okay.
1 second. I will get up in a minute. Okay.
CDS.
I need water breathing.
I can't say.
Hello, I appreciate you hearing me out today. I am going to, for the next little bit, focus on specifically Inky's sugarcane being stolen, because that's what I have the most data on. Now, we know that Inky got their sugarcane stolen on Thursday from in between. I have the timestamps. I need to double check the time. 1 sec. It was in between 5:50 p.m. and 7:16 p.m. And so basically what I did is I made a timeline color coding who was online that day to see who could have possibly been online to steal Inky's sugarcane. Now, Inky, can you please come to the stand? I have a few questions for you. First of all, you said that can you confirm that when your sugarcane was stolen?
I can confirm that it was Thursday between the times you have listed.
Okay, and then on Thursday, did you leave the game and it was like stolen within a time? Or?
Would you like me to go ahead and talk about what I saw, or would you like me to wait for that?
Can you wait for that and just tell me, you said you got offline. Can you clarify for about how long and whether or not the game was stolen within that time?
I was off. Oh, I remember now. Okay. I was offline for about 30 minutes. And when before then, I checked my chest for my sugarcane because I had harvested my sugarcane, which is why there was 18. And I put it in that chest. And then I logged off to eat dinner. When I came back online, that sugarcane was gone, as well as the sugarcane outside of my house because I had replanted my sugarcane.
Alright, so basically what you're saying is that it had to be stolen within that time frame. Now, did you notice the sugar came missing immediately when you got back online, or a little bit afterwards, or do you not remember?
Sadly, I cannot remember when I noticed it. I apologize.
Alright, but I did, after going through the chat logs, I can confirm that there was a message from Inky stating, all my sugarcane is gone, that was sent at 7:16 p.m., which means that that would be around the time that you noticed that your sugarcane was missing, correct?
Yes, I can confirm.
So that means the sugarcane had to have been stolen between the time you logged off and then the time that you sent that message.
Yes.
Okay, great. I have a visual that I'm gonna put in the VC chat of the timeline that I have, showing this window of opportunity. The window of opportunity will be in black pen on this timeline, as you can see, and then this is once again color-coded. I would like to clarify that the colors are different from the last piece of evidence I've shown. I did not do that on purpose, I swear. So please actually refer to the color coding that I send with this message and not the last message. Okay? It is loading. And there you go. So, if you could all kindly please refer to the little black line that says when sugarcane stolen, which was the window of opportunity, the only window of opportunity, in fact. You can see that Inky is purple, so you can see when they got on and offline. The numbers underneath the times on the timelines are for me for the timestamps, so please just ignore those for now. But I can also reference back to them if any of you want me to prove this stuff by showing you screenshots of timestamps. Now, here, during this little time, you can see besides Inky, there was yellow and blue online, and then also there was pink was online for a little bit, like for about a few minutes. Yellow in this case is indeed Chicken Knight. Blue is Lunix, and pink is Mr. Bubzilla. Now we know it's not Mr. Bubzilla, right, Inky? Can you explain why we know that?
We know it's not Mr. Bubzilla because at the time he was brand new to the server, and he was nowhere near my base.
Yes, and also you can see it's a tiny dot. He was only online for about a minute. I can actually double check for exactly how long, but it doesn't look like I recorded it as very long. And also, I think it's pretty obvious that Lunix would never steal from their own server and just break their own rules, so...
But if more confirmation is needed for the defense, Lunix also was nowhere near my base at the time.
Thank you. And, so that would only leave Charles as the only possible culprit for this crime. And I have another thing that I would like to send. If I can pull it up, give me a minute. Because at this time, wait, Your Honor, do I have permission to predict the defense's retaliation?
Granted.
Sweet. I have to send it on my phone. If it will send, oh my gosh. One moment, please. And there it is. I believe, yes, this is the right one. So, on the thing I just sent, Chazman was having connection issues, so during the time in the window of opportunity, so I had to record when he was joining and leaving, which was, as you can see, a lot of times. A J next to the timestamp, and those are timestamps in the chat logs means that he joined the game, and an L means he left. And then the times on the side, which are in seconds, except for like the 3 on top, and are all somehow either 30 or 31 seconds, I do not know how, tells us how much time he had to be online before he was kicked. Now, Chessman has confirmed himself that he has, that sometimes we've had connection issues, and he can stay online for more than 30 seconds, and within that time, he is still able to move around and do stuff and interact with things, including chests. So that means
Wait
that
a minute,
he
wait.
actually stolen it. Please do not interrupt me.
I have a
Please do not interrupt me.
Is there an objection, or may
I have an
she-
objection.
All right.
I'm not able to move around usually. I'm usually in the loading terrain part of the loading process, and I cannot move. I'm in the game, but I cannot move.
I have an
That
objection.
directly contradicts what you said earlier.
Yes,
Contradict?
what Willow said, that contradicts what you told both me and Willow when we asked you what you could do during that time.
Well, no, I did not say I could move around. I said I could be in the game, but I couldn't do anything. I just saw the loading terrain screen. Usually.
You were there when we asked him.
I was.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I was, but I can't remember out of all the other things I've had to deal with this week.
Well, I will say that that does directly contradict what you stated previously. Which, from what I remember, you stated that you could indeed move around and interact with objects. So you either straight up lied to our faces, or you got what we were asking confused with something else. So what did you mean by that?
I meant that when I join the game, it's on the loading terrain screen, and that I can't move around. I may have been confused by the question, but I cannot move around or interact with anything. It's pretty much just...
May I please present a little bit of a screenshot that I have? It is a screenshot of me asking him.
Yes.
And the specific wording that I said, he did not respond to this. He responded in real life when I showed it to him that day, but that is indeed the prompt that I gave him, even though I do not have the response recorded because it happened in real life. Okay, so can you please give me, do I have permission to just mute myself for a minute to find that and send it?
Alright.
Alright, thank you.
I suppose while we were doing that, do we have any objections or things to the contrary of what was just said?
Somewhat. So I have a couple questions. Just a question off the top of my head. Currently, Chicken and Inky are allied, right? Like they're on the same team. So why would Chicken need to steal from Inky?
Allied is not the correct word to use. I built my base on his land without knowing it was his land. And he gave it to me in exchange for helping him with stuff around his kingdom. I have never once said that I'm actually allied with, I believe it's called Knights of the Coup.
But
that is correct.
But wait, so you just said that the owner of Knights of the Coup allowed you to have a portion of land to build your base on and to help out with, but you're not allied with them?
I believe
that is not what Inky said.
I believe you have said that you were allied with them before. I think I remember that popping up during a conversation.
Yeah, the first time I was on the server, I was talking to both you and Chicken, and you said, and Chicken was like, would you like to join our team? And I said, I don't know, is Inky part of your team? And you said, yes, I am.
Could you
very clearly?
Could you please let me speak before you get angry with me? Because I feel like the court is getting a little heated. I am not part of the Knights of the Coop, which is the faction that Chicken Knight owns. I work with him. That is different from being allied with him. I help him out with his builds when I need to. That's it. Okay? That's all I've done with him. I actually want to start my own faction when I'm ready to. So it doesn't make sense for me to be part of another faction, and I am not part of the Knights of the Coop. I only live on his land because I didn't realize it was his land until he told me so. That is all.
I have posted my evidence.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. I didn't respond to that part. I responded to the part when you asked about. Wait.
Yes, but okay. You did not respond to that message, but in real life, I asked you and showed you that message and read that message out loud to you, and you said that yes, you could move around and stuff.
But
and
not.
Inky was a witness to that and seconds that.
Hold on.
Yes, I can second that. Is this a good time for me to state what we talked about stating? Willow?
Which thing specifically?
The bridge thing.
Oh, yes.
All right. I can say for certain that on the day my sugarcane was stolen, I logged back on, and walked out of my base, and between the periods of time that Chicken Knight was experiencing internet delays, I watched him spawn near the bridge near my base and walk forward before he got kicked, meaning he can indeed move around and interact with stuff in game.
Wait, but
have you ever heard of spamming WASD to see if it loads faster?
But what he's saying, irrelevant. What he's saying is that he can't move at all during that time, and yet I witnessed him do it himself.
Okay. I don't think I can see.
I have a screenshot of a chat of Inky saying that a few days earlier to prove that they did not just make that up right now. If you need me to show that.
Okay.
Yeah, please do.
I have an.
Okay, Chicken. What's your? Okay, Chicken has an objection.
I cannot see. So when it does happen when I'm logging in, right? When I cannot see anything. I only see the loading terrain screen.
That's not what you were saying earlier.
Well.
Okay. Well, here's another thing, Willow. You stated you sent a screenshot of you asking him if he's able to stay on the server and move around and stuff. You did not post a response to that.
Because he responded in real life. I was not recording
And
in
in
real life.
IRL, I thought you were asking, because I didn't read that part. I think I might not have read that part, but the part I'd read was, do you always have connections? Like, that's what I interpreted the question as. When you're having connection issues, do you always get
I
kicked?
it multiple times, and you said yes. And also, can I present another piece of evidence to prove that he is indeed capable of lying about stuff?
If we're done with this current topic, I feel like we're veering into another piece of evidence when we haven't finished talking about this first one.
True.
Because I know what you want to bring up.
Yeah.
I would like to state, if you would let me, Willow and Your Honor. I would like to state that it seems suspicious that these are the claims of the defendant, because I have witnessed him in real time move while he's experiencing connection issues, and I know that connection issues is a touchy subject because we can't really confirm what the person experiencing the connection issues is experiencing, but I did witness him move, and from my own experiences from connection issues, I have been able to open chests before being kicked, and I've been able to grab items without even being able to see anything, so I know that that is possible.
for the jury and everyone listening.
Objection.
Yes.
From what I'm aware of these connection issues that Chicken is having, he has at most 5 to 10 seconds to be able to move around before being kicked.
Julie.
Maybe even less than that.
Objection. If you look at what I just posted in the chat, you will see that he actually kept on having, and I did state this earlier, 30 to 31 seconds in between getting kicked that day. Every single time, which I have added up to throughout the entire window where Iggy stuff could have possibly been stolen. He was online for about
Okay,
somewhere
but
around here.
I have a question for Inky. Okay, yes, I do see your point, but I have a
for 9 minutes and 40 seconds. 9 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yes, but but he just said that he's been having connection issues where
And I cannot see
can
while
get
I'm
onto the
having
server.
connection issues.
Like what? This is what I'm understanding. It would be easier if I could like open up like a drawing thing, but it's like he sees a completely he sees the dirt screen of loading terrain. He cannot see anything. He doesn't even know where the closest wall is. How would he be able to navigate inside of Inky's house, down a ladder, open a chest, take sugarcane, go back up the ladder, exit the house, go over to the sugarcane, break the sugarcane, all without Inky noticing while she's at her base the entire time?
You're missing objection. Sorry.
Sorry.
Objection.
Sorry.
Real quick, for the defense,
Go on.
the point that we are here, you have misunderstood what we were trying to bring up. I was not online during the time that my sugarcane was stolen. That was the time Chicken Night was experiencing connection issues. I got on after I had dinner in real life and noticed that my sugarcane was missing. We're not saying that he tried to steal it while I was online. We're saying that he stole it while I was gone, while I couldn't have been watching him. There's a 30-minute period where he could have gotten to all of the stuff you just said and stolen it all. That is it.
Okay. I'm looking at the screenshot.
I have objection, Your Honor.
I could not have done that at all.
No. I haven't given you permission to speak, Chicken Knight. First Street, do you have a objection? What?
Yes. So, first of all, he would be able to know where Inky keeps his sugarcane and what slot he is without being able to see. He would have had to been able to go into Inky's house, go down the ladder, open up the sugarcane chest, see where the sugarcane is, and then go out and then do it again but blind. Why would you do that when you could just steal it when you see it?
I will say, it seems like a lot of effort for 18 sugarcane, if I'm not misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's the exact point I was trying to make. Like, why would he, while trying to trying to get his computer to connect to the game so he can see, why would he put so much effort in to laggily, 1 inch at a time, make his way down a ladder into a chest room, open up a chest that somehow has 18 sugarcane that he very much needs, of course, then take said 18 sugarcane, sorry dog, but then he would take that 18 sugarcane and then leave, all without, all of that, what sense does that make? If I was having connection issues, I would not be using the connection issues to teleport laggily in, I couldn't even see anything. I wouldn't be able to see anything.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
Yeah. So
Yes,
I wouldn't
permission
be-
to speak granted.
Okay. Like I said earlier, he had 30 seconds, 30, which is plenty of time to enter a house.
Okay, Willow,
And
I
also,
don't think
what Inky said earlier is that when they are having connection issues, they can see. And so far, Jasmine
But
has not
Chicken
presented
just said that when
any
he's having
evidence.
connection issues,
I
he
cannot
Do not
see.
interrupt.
And so
No,
far,
no,
Jasmine
no,
has not
no, no,
presented
no,
any
no.
evidence that he's actually not able to see. Also,
I have
the
a question.
only other person online
Let Willow
at
speak.
that time
Let Willow finish, even if what she's saying isn't true.
was Lunix. So it
Okay,
was either
So the problem that we're coming across in the chat logs, I'd want to make this clear so we don't keep beating around the bush to the same point, is that between the times that it could have happened, only me and him were ever online on the server. Me and Chicken Knight. And I didn't do it. I know I didn't do it. So I'm really confused right now. And the only other explanation is that the sugarcane never went missing in the first place, or if somehow the timeline has gotten messed up.
Yeah,
And there's no evidence of either of those.
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
I feel like the
also-
prosecution has plenty of time to speak
Order! Hang on. Multiple people speaking at once.
May I say something real quick before the defense continues?
has had
I'm
plenty of time
not
to talk
going
already.
to I'm not saying stuff to prosecute.
People are talking. Okay. You may say something quickly. I know there's a lot of people that need to speak right now.
I can feel that the tensions currently in the court are high, and I want to say this to everyone. This trial is not to hurt people's feelings, is not
It
to...
already has.
Thank you, Chicken, for interrupting me. It's not to hurt people's feelings. It's only to find out whoever has decided to ruin the tranquility of this awesome server by destroying people's stuff and stealing their stuff, because that's not cool, and we all know it isn't, okay? And people are getting heated over the wrong reasons, and it's annoying me. My other point is that I will admit my sugarcane could have simply glitched out of existence. Seasons works really weird, where in the winter it'll just destroy sugarcane, and it won't like drop any of the items. And you know, maybe I tried to put it in the chest and I didn't make it, and then I logged right off, and so it glitched out of existence. I don't know. I can't tell you because my replay mod wasn't installed at the time, okay? So
Can I add?
I just
there is a glitch called timing out, where your Minecraft client stops sending packets to the server. And this may include you putting something in a chest where your client thinks you've done it, but the server does not register that you have, which would be very unlikely, but possible that you were experiencing a timeout while you put the sugarcane in the chest. Now,
Can I add
CDS, did you want to say something?
I don't think he ever spoke.
Or was it you, Street? Okay.
It was me. I believe that, honestly, I think that you may have moved or seasons destroyed your sugarcane, but I don't think it's worth it to go through all of that pain of, like, weirdly logging out and bug to get 18 pieces of sugarcane when he could have asked you. I think that you may have misplaced it, and I think this court case has gone on for a long time.
Yes.
Your Honor, I would like to.
I have more evidence.
Well, it's
first off-
Bubzilla's turn to speak now.
So I would like to poke some holes in what the prosecution has said so far. So the main point that the prosecution is trying to make is that in the laggy time of Chicken trying to connect, which he has described multiple times as not being able to see anything besides the loading terrain screen, that he managed to get inside Inky's house, take 18 sugarcane, which seems like the most pointless thing to grab out of someone's chest when he has a sugarcane farm at his own base, and then get out of Inky's base so that they can continue laggily trying to join the server, right? And Willow was saying that, like, based on what Inky's experienced with past connection issues, that it'll be the complete same thing for Chicken, which is extremely unlikely, knowing how different anything could be to, you know, based on a computer, right? Chicken's problems could be wildly different than Inky's problems. Another thing, why the heck would Chicken steal specifically 18 sugarcane?
You've already gone over this. I believe you're beginning to repeat yourself.
Okay, sorry. Another thing, if currently Chicken is allowing Inky to live on his land, right? wouldn't it just make more sense to ask when Inky got back online? Hey,
We've
can
already
I
gone
borrow
over
some
this
of your
point
sugar
as
cane?"
well. I'm sorry, I would not like this to continue longer. I think this point has been gone over a lot, unless you have a new piece of evidence to show. I know earlier you were talking to me about teleporting to a different waystone to take a screenshot.
Yeah, sorry,
from-
I had checked Chicken's chest because I was looking for something. I wanted to see if he had it and ask if I could take it. And I was looking through his chest to see if he had it, and he didn't have any sugarcane in his chest. As far as I'm aware, he didn't have any sugarcane in his chest from memory. But I didn't grab I didn't grab a screenshot because I didn't think I would need to.
Okay.
So I was asking to teleport to where his base is and clarify to be sure that there was no sugarcane by taking a screenshot. Or like nothing that he could have stolen.
Alright.
That's just what I wanted to do, was clarify that like what I'm trying to call from memory is accurate.
May I... permission to speak?
Okay.
I personally think that having a court case over 18 sugarcane is slightly silly, even though if Chicken Knight did steal it, which I do not think, we could just end it now, and honestly, I think at least one of us has 18 sugarcane that we could give back to Anki Blots, and just completely forget this ever happened.
I 100% agree with you, but I think there is one other piece of evidence that we need to go over, and I'm impartial to both sides because I'm seeing both sides of this argument, but Super Pandas, or Willowshine, would you like to go over what you DM'd Chicken Knight last night?
I would gladly. So, yesterday, I came up with a very extravagant story to get the truth of Chicken Knight, and I gotta say, I did. See, I told him that basically, if he got, at some point last week, got the achievement, Is It a Balloon, which you get from looking at a ghast through spyglass, that would prove his innocence. And then, even though earlier in that conversation he stated that he didn't get that achievement, he suddenly remembered that that does actually sound familiar. And then I looked through the chat logs, nobody got that achievement last week. Absolutely no one. Just I'd like to point that out. I will send screenshots if you guys do not believe me. I
Okay.
checked all of the chat logs for all of last week. But
Objection, how is this relevant?
Because it proves that he's lying.
I haven't.
He's lying about getting an achievement? Okay, wait,
Oh,
how is this any way
Couldn't I have been
relevant?
wrong? That's the thing, because my memory of last week was kind of foggy. And also,
Okay, so hang on.
and this is also entrapment, and frankly, it's an insult.
I agree with what Chicken Knight said,
And he doesn't remember getting the achievement. How is this entirely how is this at all relevant to sugarcane?
Also, yeah, and also he could have just said that for because he was worried he was going to be prosecuted.
Your Honor,
Although
may
meant,
I
like, by saying
may I
yes,
say
that
something?
He did have it, that he's no longer going to be prosecuted.
Like Chicken Knight said, it was entrapment, so...
Your Honor, may I say something?
An embarrassment, frankly, to the
Um,
prosecution.
I must say, I am sorry to throw Willow under the bus. I did not agree for that evidence to be put forward in the court case. And frankly, if you want my honest opinion, and again, I'm sorry, Willow, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think Chicken Knight is the one who stole my sugarcane. It doesn't make sense for him to steal my sugarcane. He was having connection issues, all of that kind of stuff. If you want my honest opinion, I think someone might have accidentally picked it up, or it was an inchling who didn't realize that they couldn't take it and they didn't ask me. And I think it's just a simple misunderstanding. I'm kind of tired of everybody getting at each other's throats for something that could very genuinely be a misunderstanding. And frankly, the prosecution was not prepared enough for this at all. I don't even think that we can accuse Chicken Knight of stealing Capri Burst stuff anyway, because he once again is allied with Capri Burr with Mafan, I believe. A signed agreement.
And another point, Chicken said that he only recently figured out where it was, like, and
Because I was wandering around.
and there was no, and like in the time frame where the stuff was stolen, he didn't even know where their base was.
So sorry, I just the court is getting intense, and people are frankly getting mad at each over nothing, and I would like to request a break for everybody to kind of get their feelings together. We need to remember, for everyone here, that feelings can't factor into this. It has to be facts. It has to be evidence. We can't guilt trip people into admitting stuff. We can't do any of that. And, you know, Chicken could have made a simple misunderstanding and misread the achievement and mistaken it for something else. We don't know. Frankly, I don't think it was him. I think it was someone else. I think we're missing a crucial piece of evidence that we need to find. And I'm sorry, Lunix, I think everybody is underprepared for these trials and that we need more time.
Even I had a misunderstanding because for some reason I was under the impression that it was a lot more sugarcane than 18. So I did not realize we were having a trial. We gathered how many people do we have? 9 for 18 sugarcane. That is twice the number of people that are on the server right now.
Honestly, I also thought it was a double chest.
And we are currently running in circles with our arguments.
And I'd like to make a point
I
to
yield.
apologize.
I'm done with this.
I yield. I'm so tired. We've been arguing over nothing, and I just think that we need more time to collect our evidence. I'm not saying that I don't want to prosecute whoever's been ruining the server, but I think we need more time to figure out whoever it was. I think it's kind of pointless to be beating around the bush when we obviously all don't know who it is.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I second that motion.
Ori, I have a question.
Yes. Unless somebody else has anything else to say relating to the case.
Who will fight me?
I think that I have acted in a way that I have not. I think I've made it.
Stop punching each other immediately, and please sit down because I am trying to have a conversation with Chicken Knight. Thank you.
I think the prosecution has made a mistake. Was I mad at them at some point? Yes, it felt like I was kind of being prosecuted for baseless claims. And I respect the fact that they went through this much effort to try and find this person.
Okay.
But the thing is, I think that we should refocus our efforts and attempt to more or less look for some, because I think that...
What's your question? You said you had a question.
Do we even need a trial? That's the question.
It's 18 sugarcane. Having a trial this large doesn't seem important for.
That's what I just said. That's why I said I don't think we need a trial for the 18 sugarcane.
Guys, this
but
trial
we can use the 18 sugarcane as evidence for other trials for other griefs. But that's why That's why we want to adjourn this, because this is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
Me and already adjourned.
Yeah, it has already been adjourned. He just had a question.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
unless anyone has any other questions, then I'm going to let...
Hey, you wanna know something funny?
What?
There's an iron sword up here in an item frame.
I know. Someone put that there. But what is an iron sword going to do against 2 people in diamond and netherite armor?
I know. I just thought it was funny.
I'd also like to
If anyone needs XP, there's also a waystone upstairs that you can use, and if anyone needs XP to teleport, I have a couple
guys,
bottles, but
by the way,
Who wants to fight me?
Nova, what did you say during your first, the first thing you said? Because I had you muted accidentally.
Oh, someone wants to fight me? Oh.
No, Nova.
I don't remember. Which part? My first thing I said?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was something about, I honestly don't think that that would be possible, basically.
And I think I made a mistake, Inky.
Hmm?
And I'm sorry that I kind of got furious at you about with what to do, because the moving around stuff, I'm sorry, I misinterpreted because I'd made a mistake, and I'm sorry.
It's okay. As I said, I think that, unfortunately, I think that we didn't have enough time to prepare, and I feel like I want to bring the right person to justice, and I've thought about it a lot, and I don't think that that person is you. I don't think that you stole stuff. I don't think that you griefed, and I am with Lunix on this. I want to find this person for the sole purpose of punishing them for ruining a server that's supposed to be all fun, and has turned into something that, frankly, currently isn't.
Such as the entrapment, which frankly is an embarrassment to this server.
Other than that, the griefing.
And I want to launch a legal case about it.
The
What about it?
The griefing.
Willow Chan's entrapment.
Sorry,
I believe.
Willow has left the call. I might add, but I think that's just because she had to leave. But I want to say real quick before you guys keep talking. I want to find whoever's been ruining the server, because they're making this something that isn't fun anymore, and I don't want to have to stress out about it.
I don't want a repeat of crowds again.
I agree with CDS and I agree with Street.
Have
I had my differences with Street?
Someone
Yes.
agrees with me?
No.
That's a first.
What did you just say?
I said someone agrees with me, that's a first.
Well, yes, and I'm not holding any grudges against anyone here, because that'd be stupid. We all made mistakes, and we got blinded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had no idea what was going on.
Anyway, Lunix, may I have some experience, please?
Okay. Where are you?
Right here, in front of you.
We need experience too, but I
And,
think
I just threw it the experience away. Alright.
And I'm sorry if anyone's time was wasted because of this. But I promise that as the leader of the Knights of the Coop, I will lead the effort to catch this person.
I mean, I didn't really do anything.
I think Inky's already kind of leading the effort, but you can definitely contribute.
Yes, this is why.
I want to help
Alright.
because I want some. I want some loot.
I gotta go into my Twitch stream. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Alright, everyone. Well, that was an exciting stream, an exciting trial. Yeah, a lot of emotions. I'm going to need a long break after this, but I think that it's important that everybody needs to remember that we don't do this to hurt people's feelings. We do this because we want to bring them to justice. And I can't believe that this is happening.
Let's not discuss this. Let's not.
But I I believe that there are people that are innocent that we've accidentally accused, and I feel like we haven't had enough time, and emotions are high. But anyway, for those who tuned in, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry it was so jank and that I forgot to mute at some points, because this is probably like the second time I've streamed on Twitch. So I'm not really used to streaming on Twitch. I'm used to streaming on YouTube, which is much easier for me to do so. But yeah, hopefully we can get another trial scheduled out. Hopefully we can have time frames and stuff. Hopefully we can clear confusion. But yeah, tune in next time for a stream all about bringing the right person to justice. All right.